Okay, so now we're going to drop and get into the tour. So now we're going to get into the DAM or the DLMM. You do have, and this is a new feature that the team added, this filter. You can ask for it to have both tokens verified by Jupiter or the base token. So that would be like, say, the meme, not Sol or USDC. That's the quote token. I can have it not have these on here, no mint authority, no freeze authority. Maybe I only want to see new listings. There's a lot of choices here. You can even filter by market cap, when a pool was created, all kinds of things that you can choose. They added that. It's super cool. In here, you also see this particular token. You'll see it's got this warning sign on it. It means it's not verified by Jupiter. And they have got some of the most important warnings here that you'll see. A lot of these are not too big of a deal to get twisted about, but you still should do your safety checks. If it has, let's see if we find one with a red warning. Oh, here we go. So this Mochi sold 2 red warnings. This particular token, exhibits signs of wash trading. So that's kind of danger. We'll talk about wash trading. You may see a warning in here like, oh, this is a honeypot, or this token is not sellable. Stay far away from that. Now you may ask, why do any of those bad pairs even exist? Well, Meteora is permissionless. That means that anybody can create tokens, pairs, pools on here. So now the team does look out for these bad actors, but they've given you these warnings, so don't ignore them. So yeah, going back up to the top here, I'm going to go to the USDT, USDC pool. Let's see, is it this one? Oh no, wait, that's USDC pool, USDT. Here we go. Okay, USDC, USDT. There's 51 pools. I'm going to expand and show you all this. Why are there 51 pools? Because again, anyone can create a pool with any bin step and fee that they want. You'll notice that a lot of these are empty or have next to nothing in them. If it's empty or has almost no TVL in it, very low TVL, it's probably not a very good pool. You'll also notice that on the volume, which you can select 30 minutes, 24 hours, lots of choices here. You'll also notice that there's not much trading happening on that, right? There's no trading happening on it. What is going on here? Here we go. I'm just going to go straight into the pool here. So again, TVL, how much of each token? It doesn't give a percentage, but it's showing how much of these 2 tokens are in the pool. This is the liquidity distribution for the entire pool. And you can see people have curved here quite a bit. There's not really much way out here on these fringes because this price of this pair doesn't go very far. Anyway, we'll see our bin step, our base fee, the max fee. So this is the maximum amount that this pool can ever go to, is 10%. And that's true on all DLMM pools. The max fee is 10%. We have our protocol fee. This is how much you're earning. Or actually, no, sorry. The protocol fee, that's how much Meteora is taking. It's 5% of the dynamic fee. There is no volatility on USDC, USDT, because it stays about at 1. So the dynamic fee is here. And then that we've got, of course, got pool charts. And I actually have a position in this. We'll see here, this is my total liquidity in this pool and how much the fee, how much I've claimed. Here we'll see the current balance of both and then unclaimed swap fees here. Here's an example of a curve that I did. I went really tight because the trading on this pair stays pretty much within this range. So that's why I curved it like that. Let's go do a different example entirely. Let's look at the Sol USDC pool. Show me 24-hour volume. Okay, I'm going to change wallets. All right. So we have a lot of choices here. Bin step 20, 1%. That's not very good. Why is it not showing me the recommended? That's weird. Something weird going on with that. Oh, I'm not sorting by this. Sorry, guys. There we go. Now it's looking correct. So I can see bin step 10, 0.10%. This has got the most TVL in it. It may or not be the best choice. We'll see here, bin step 1, 0.001. Well, that fee is less, right, than this here. But again, Jupiter's going to give the swapper the best price. we can see here that even though this one has $11 million in TVL, it's got $18 million in 24-hour volume. This one right here has got $2 million or $2.5 million in TVL, but $34 million of volume has hit this pool. So this particular pair, or this particular bin step and base fee, is earning more than this one up here. So if we were to go into here, we can add liquidity. I don't have any USDC, so I'm going to go one-sided. I'm just going to put in 0.1 SOL. If I was to do spot, it would look like that. Curve, bid ask. Let's just try and fake this out so you can see what it looks like. Spot, curve, bid ask, right? If we use the autofill feature and I say, give me the max, it's going to balance it, see, like so. Now, we can go over here and we can define, the default is going to be 69 bins, but there is a maximum of 1,400 bins per position. You can define the minimum price and the maximum price, or you can set the percentage. So let's say that I wanted to go down a -2% and go up a +2%. You'll see here that it's going to have to create 272 bins in order to accommodate that there. Actually, I messed up. There we go, 468. So we need 468 bins to cover this much price range off of this one bin step. Now I'm going to reset the price. So add liquidity. I'm just going to show you a one-sided deposit with the bid ask. I'm just going to leave these at the defaults. We can see down here that SOL needed to create one position is 0.057. If we click here to show the cost breakdown, that'll tell you how much it's going to cost you to deposit into this. There's a rent on the position and it's refundable because this is interacting directly with the blockchain. It's rent on the blockchain. Meteora doesn't keep that money. It's done that. If you try to deposit money into a range that has never existed before, then it's going to charge you to create bin arrays. One bin array is 0.07 SOL per bin array, but it's 0.07 SOL per bin array. That's to create the new bin arrays on the blockchain. And since bin arrays cannot be destroyed, that's not refundable. So pay attention whenever you're trying to do that. It will get you. I really made it mad with that. We're going wild here. This is a scam pool right here. We can see off the warnings. This token is not sellable. So that's a scam. Stay away from that. Let's give a better example. I like this better. Troll and SOL. Top 3 recommended. 20 bin step, 0.2 fee, 100 bin step, 1 fee. I'm going to talk more about how to make the correct selection tomorrow. For now, I'm going to go to the 20 bin step and 2%. Let's just make this demonstration a little bit easier. 99%. Yep, went too far with that. Okay, it's not going to ship me that. Let me go back. Let's pick a pool that has no liquidity in it, which is, I don't recommend you deposit here, but I wanted to show you guys what it looks like whenever it's trying to create a bin array. Here we go. So we could see how much is refundable and how much is not refundable. So we can see here that it's wanting to create a new bin array and it's not refundable. This is what I was trying to show you guys. So pay attention to this before you hit add liquidity, because again, that can't be refunded if you do it wrong. All right. Now let's actually make a deposit. Yeah. I'm just going to pick a pool here. I'm going to add some liquidity, go 0.1. We'll just use spot. We'll just keep the defaults here. Just for the demo, I hit the add liquidity. Okay, so now we have position. If I click here, I can have it switch between USDC and SOL. We'll see our current balance of the 2 tokens. I'm one-sided, all that fun stuff, yeah? Okay, I'm gonna show you about withdraw. You can just withdraw and close. That'll remove all the liquidity, pull any fees out, remove the position. I get my SOL rent back. I can choose, however, to withdraw just the SOL or just the other tokens here. And I can choose a percentage or define my own percentage of that amount that I want to withdraw. I can take that a step further by defining which bins I want to withdraw. So let's say, for example, I wanted to pull out just this liquidity or just this liquidity. I can just do that. I can hit that, withdraw liquidity, and there we go. Now my position looks like this. Another really cool feature that they've added is zap out to one token. So let's say that I'm done. I want to withdraw. I don't want any of the other meme coin. I only want my soul. I can hit that, hit withdraw, and it will convert any of the other token into soul. You could, if you wanted to, convert it into the other one. I urge you to pay attention to this when you're withdrawing using the zap out feature to make sure that the token here is set to the token that you actually want. There is a 250 bin limit on the zap out. So if you have a position that's more than 250 bins wide, you cannot zap out unless you reduce the number of bins that you're withdrawing. So that's a cool, handy feature there. So anyway, we've earned a little bit in fees. It's not very much. Let me give you guys a better example of one here. Let's find this one. Okay. All right. So we can see here, I've got some of this token one and soul. I've got a little bit in fees and soul here. If I want to claim those fees to my wallet, I can just hit the claim all fees. If you have multiple positions, it'll claim all the fees for all your positions. You can claim fees off of an individual position by coming and clicking here. And we're waiting and we're withdrawing. Okay. And that will update this here. It's not instantaneous, but there it just updated. That's how much in fees I've claimed. If I hover over here, it'll tell me how much of the two tokens that I've claimed. I could, if I wanted to, put that right back into the position. And of course, you can also define these here. This is a pure bid ask position. Let me show you guys how to stack. So I'm gonna go with autofill for now. And I'm gonna put in 50% of this token. It automatically selected how much soul to put in. I'm going to leave the default ranges. I'm just gonna hit add liquidity. So I'm putting in some spot. Okay, so now I have 4 cents worth in here. Now I want to stack a strategy. So I'm going to put in the rest of this and I'm going to say bid ask and add liquidity. And you can keep adding liquidity to a single position all you want. You can add all day. It doesn't matter. You can withdraw, whatever. But that's how you stack a position in all of this. All right. Now I'm going to show you guys. Well, I'm actually just going to withdraw all of that, close them all out. One other thing about the deal, because it does everything on chain, it does not create an LP token or an NFT. And that was something I failed to mention earlier. On the DAM V2, it doesn't create an LP token. It creates an NFT that represents your position. So be careful. Do not burn those NFTs if you see them in your wallet if you're using the DAM V2. But there's none of that with the DLMM. It's all on chain. You won't see anything like that in your wallet. So that's how we deposit and withdraw. A couple other options up here, and these are global options. You can change the RPC that you're using. If you are having trouble with site loading or transactions or whatever, you can try changing your RPC. I would go with the lowest 1 milliseconds at any given time. It's all going to work the same. It's just personal preference here or what's working best for you. Up here, we define transaction fee settings. Now it's telling you that the DLMM is always using JITO bundles for better execution. But here you can change your priority levels. The higher that you set that, the more you're going to potentially spend per transaction. Go with the lowest that you can get away with just to save money on transaction fees. If you're having trouble landing, you can bump this up. There's the fee mode. We have max cap and exact fee. So here I can define the maximum amount of soul I'm willing to spend per transaction. So you can set that to whatever you want. If you're having trouble, you can increase the max cap. Just be careful that if you go too high, you may spend a lot of your own money in transactions. Exact fee, if you set this to exact fee, it will spend exactly this amount regardless every single time. I've never encountered a reason to do that personally, but it's a thing. We save our changes there. We have the notifications up here. This will tell you if a position is out of range. You can define this here, turn on notifications. It'll notify you within the Meteora app. If you have Telegram, it will notify you directly that way. You just have to set that up. Once you do it for the first time, it'll take you to the page to get the Telegram notifications. It'll say unknown soul. It does that a lot for non-verified Jupiter positions. And it doesn't tell you whether you're up or down on that. It just tells you that it's out of range. Because once you're out of range, you're no longer earning any fees. Under the portfolio, you'll see everywhere that you've deposited your liquidity. If it's in green, you're in range. If it's in orange or yellow, whatever this color is, you are not in range. So therefore, you are no longer earning any fees. So I'll show you what that looks like here. This one, I've got this little warning symbol here. It's telling me that the current price is outside of that range. So I'm not earning any fees right now. And because it's on the down, I'm probably in so much impermanent loss that if I was to close this, I would lose money. I'm leaving it open in the hopes that the price comes back. Right now, it's not looking too good, but I'm going to keep that open for now. If you have multiple positions, if you are LPing into the same token pair in two different pools, whenever you click here, it'll show you both. So yeah, it's telling me how much I have in unclaimed fees and all this fun stuff. This is a really useful place to go if you have positions open to help you re-find any of these. Switch to this other wallet here. If you have any DAM V2 or DAM V1, this one is a DAM V1 position. We can see that it's here listed. So it'll list all your positions. It will not show you any deposits in vaults, just DLMM and the two different types of dynamic pools. So here we see our price slider, and it looks slightly imbalanced. I can move this slider up or down. It should be at 50-50, but it's slightly off. And that may be because I don't actually have any USDC here. You're not actually changing the price. You're just changing how much you want to have on the up or the down off of that. So you'll notice here, this price is at 240.77. I'm moving it up and down. It's still 240.77. It's just making it available to go higher than lower. So yeah, you do that, and then you can hit reset price. It'll move it back to the middle. So hopefully we made that clear.